About you guys, y'all keep seeing me turn my head like this because I'm watching the debate. So before anything gets started, let me go ahead and thank our number one monster sponsor, Mr. Jason at Demon Cycles. You can reach them at demoncycle.com. I had their phone number up here, but Mr. Bruno will be posting the link for all of our sponsors here shortly once everybody gets on the page. So, but I do want to say thank you to Jason at Demon Cycles. He's been a proud sponsor for the entire year. He has supported the grind 100%. And if you need any motorcycle parts, just anything out there, man, he's got it. You can reach him online at demoncycles.com or you can call them. Like I said, I took the numbers down off of here because of the ticker tape. They changed it up a little bit. But anyway, so if everybody's watching this debate, like I'm watching the debate, I'm sure everybody is. Do me a favor and just in the comments section, tell me where you're watching from and let me know if you're watching that debate. What's up, Ricky? It's good to see you on here, man. I know that it's kind of hard to pull away from that debate going on. I will say this, at least these two guys are starting to act a little bit better this time than they did the first time. Right? I got in trouble, man. I got to represent PJ. It is a nice hat, man. So what I would like to jump off into tonight is some of the rules for the grind bike show I will be putting on next year at the Lone Star Rally. The reason I want to jump into that is simply because I want to start getting my contestants together. I want to get all of my builders that are going to be in the show, that are committed to going into the show. I'd like to get all of them on here and get their opinion on what I've got written up so far for the rules. Mr. Logan Black, I need you to message me, son. After I do this, I'm gonna let everybody know there's only two classes in this bike show. You're gonna have baggers and you're gonna have bobbers. Now, the reason I'm doing it like that is because in the bagger class, I'm going to add baggers and softails, one class. So Road Kings, Road Glides, Street Glides, softails, they're all going to be judged together. And that's because the bikes are similar. Then I'm going to do your choppers and your bobbers, which can be custom framed, custom, whatever you want. You decide. That's the two classes. You decide which one you want to put your bike in. Once your bike is in that class, that's where you're locked in at for the whole weekend until they do it. So let me go on and read some of these that I've written down and gotten together. So the judging category, I've got 10 written up, but I'm only going to do 9 of these. Now, let me explain why I'm only doing 9 of these. The reason I'm only going to do 9 of these is because I want to get the creative juices going with the other builders and the people that are actually in the show. Like I said, I want everybody to put their 2 cents in it. So the first one is going to be your overall appearance, and that includes your style, execution, and your detailing. Everybody say hi to my son. Then your second judging will be modifications, frame modifications, the style of the frame, the fabrication, and the detail of the frame. Then there's going to be front end design, finish, and accessories. Then there's going to be the engine, the accessories, the performance additions, the finishing, the detailing. Then you're going to have the drive line, which is your primary drive, your rear drive, your transmission, and all the detailing that goes into those parts. Then you'll have your accessories, which your accessories, your controls.
Love you, good night.
Love you, thanks. Your hand controls, your foot controls, your mirrors, your gauges, your electronics. If you choose to run turn signals or not, they will play a role in there for creativity with your turn signals and things. So keep that into consideration. Then there's going to be sheet metal, which is, the styling of your sheet metal, turn signals. I mean, not turn signals, the styling of your sheet metal, the tanks, fenders, the fit, the finish, the detail, the custom frames, anything that's metal on your bike will be judged like that. And then you're going to have the finish, which is the paint, the chrome, the polishing, the engraving. Then you're going to have your wheels. What style of wheels, stock or custom, the finish, the size, the detailing, things of that nature. So with that being said, I'm also going to throw in here seats. The reason I throw in the seat into the mix is because you've got guys like myself, Dave Voss, James Carter, Troy Swarver, and a handful of other guys from coast to coast that do some amazing seat work. And there's never really been in any show I've ever seen where they've judged the seat. So the seat will be judged just like everything else for style, fabrication, and detail. With that being said, if you do have more attention to details or things of that you want judged, please just either text it to me or send it to my personal page so I can get the message. I want to put this stuff together and get these the judging criteria put together. Now, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to customize that group, per class. So if you're doing a bagger class, that's going to be more catered to the bagger itself. And if you're doing the chopper class, it's going to be more catered to the chopper class. So there'll be 2 sheets to judge off of because those are 2 separate bikes, man. So with that being said, I came up with an idea. When I do this, and I need all my builders to really think about this, because as you all know, I made a post the other day, and I don't know if everybody saw it or not, talking about basically the Discovery Channel and TV shows and shit like that. The reason that I made that post is because I had an idea. And yeah, it was kind of a dream, but I don't think I was asleep yet, but I was just, in bed getting ready to go to sleep. Thank you, Lori. Just a little goatee going on. But what I thought about doing is if you're going to build your bike and you don't have to videotape anything and put anything live in the 9 months or 10 months or 11 months that you're going to get to build your bikes. But what I would like you to do is I would like on your own time, you can use your cell phones. Okay. If you use your cell phone, whenever you do any videoing, you turn it sideways. Turn it sideways like this. The reason you turn it sideways like that is because it will fit the format of your TV better. Now, what I'm going to do is take everybody's videos from every shop, and then I'm going to actually put them together and give them to a friend of mine. And yes, it's going to cost me, but I'm basically going to do a documentary on this show. Once my guy puts everything together, then I'm going to take, and hopefully it'll come out really, really good. And it's going to be all the way through to the final judging when it's all over with. I'm also going to be paying the guy to do a drone flyover when we do the 50-mile ride into the show itself. So it's going to be from beginning to end. And I'm paying my friend from Hopkins Designs. He's going to edit everything and put everything together and make it into an hour and a half documentary on this show from beginning to end. The reason I'm going to do that is because I think everybody would like to have a copy of that, and I will be selling copies of it. So just remember that. We'll try to keep them really, really cheap so that everybody can afford them. Plus, you can buy multiple copies and give them to family and friends and stuff. But the reason I'm doing this is because watching the Amazon and watching YouTube and watching all these different new sources of television, if we don't get this thing picked up by Discovery Channel or picked up by Motor Trend or any of the other TV shows, at least we'll have this, and then I can actually put it up and use it to shop it to Amazon or shop it to these other places to pick it up for the second year. So this is not something I'm looking at doing just one time. I'd like to keep this thing going, get a lot of builders involved in it, and get the whole thing really done really, really good. And I think if we all put our heads together and when everybody's videoing, just to let everybody know, when you're videotaping, there is a stop button and a pause button. So if you're videoing and you're just curious about dead space, what you can do is you can have somebody, get a buddy, a friend, your girlfriends, your wives, whomever, and say, hey man, I want to do a little 1 minute, 2 minute introduction to my build. Push pause instead of stop. Then when you get ready to get your tool set up and you get your build started, you can just push play again and it starts recording right there. That editing style, in my mind, is good enough. Okay. We all know this whole build off, the whole show, everything has been done on a budget. So what I want to do is try to get everybody as much information on this as possible. So before you start filming yourself, call me or text me or whatever. And like I said, hold your phone sideways. And then whenever you're recording, you'll push the button and you'll start recording. When you feel like you're at a stopping point, push pause. Don't push stop. Push pause. Do whatever it is you got to do. Reset your phone up at a different angle or something, and then push play. And it will pick up right where it left off at. And you're kind of editing the video as you go. Don't worry about goof ups or stuff like that. With paid television, you don't really have censorship. So you can cuss, you can drink, you can smoke, you can do whatever you want. I personally wouldn't smoke. I personally wouldn't drink. I would take it serious, like it was going to be on TV. Okay. So the reason that I wanted to do this is because I think what I'm starting here with this second part of the Grind Biker Build Off, I think this is what people are going to want to watch, because you're getting to see 10 or 20 builders all at one time. And even though you're not directly competing in a build off between yourself and another builder, you're competing in a really big show. So it's going to show all these different builders. Why did you participate in it? Why do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it was worth the $2,500 entry fee? I mean, just things like that. Take into consideration what you're doing and what you would like to see on TV if you are watching a show like this. Now, on to the second thing. If everybody noticed, I also made a post yesterday or the day before about this little icon. Bam. That. So I realized that even though my other logo right there was good, and it was, and I really appreciate my buddy Matt for making that logo for me, but at this point in time, the logo's not selling. People aren't wanting the shirt. So I stepped my game up, and Mr. Von Butch created the new logo. So I wanted to do this. So what I'm going to try to do is take this logo and put it on the front of the shirts, and then the 12 builders, which everybody knows there can only be 10 of them used because 2 of them are no longer around. I would like to get a nice clean picture of your bike, win or lose, because I'm going to try to get Von Butch to make up t-shirts with all of the bikes on the actual shirt. So one shirt is going to have the Rockstar on it. One shirt is going to have Quit Your Bitchin' on it. One shirt's going to have Samson on it, and so forth and so on. But it's not going to be just the winners. It's going to be the competitors of the show. I'm going to try to make up 10 different shirts and get these shirts available for people to buy. Shirts will be expensive. When you're doing full color like this and full color on the back, they get expensive. So just keep that in mind when we do it. But how many of you guys like this new logo for the Grind Biker Build Off? Won't you give me a comment that you like it, love it, it's okay, whatever. I would like for Von Butch to know what everybody thinks about this artwork and the way he put this all together. So now let me get rid of that. Now that we've got all that taken care of, I'm sure you guys are curious about the next motorcycle rally, which is there's the Lone Star Campground and Biker Bash. I will be hosting a bike show Friday, which would be the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact time frames of the bike show, but I will have that for you once I talk to Aaron and we work out the exact time frames for registration, how they're going to be judged in the whole 9 yards. I know that there are many, many trophies, and there is a $500 best of show for this. I am going to be looking for a couple of other people in the industry, and I'm going to pick them. So if anybody bitches because, well, my bike was better than that when that show's rigged, he's going to bitch at me. You can go on and do that. I'm fine. I'm good with that. It's no big deal to me. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to get a real good idea of how to run a bike show. because when I do the big bike show a year from now, I'm not judging. I have nothing to do with it other than promoting it. I am just the promoter of that show. So everybody that's involved in that show knows that. So if you have any bitching to do, you look at your own score sheet and you talk to the judge, because I ain't got nothing to do with that part. But I will say this, I'm picking judges that I think are fair, don't have grudges, or don't use grudges against other builders, so that there's no way that someone can say, oh, he didn't like my bike because, it's my bike. That's not how it's going to be at my show. My show is going to be very unbiased and hardcore, straight down the pipe. You run what you brung, and let's just see who the actual winner is. Now, there's a couple little key things about that also that I'm wanting to do, but I'll talk about that later. Right now, I want to focus on the Lone Star Campground and Biker Bash. So, as you guys know, Saving Abel is playing Friday night, November 6th. Saving Abel's kick-ass band. Great guys. They ride. Good time. But they've also got another local band here from Houston, if I'm not mistaken, called Oz. If you guys have never seen Oz, you are in for such a huge treat. That band, I got to see them at the House of Blues a couple of years ago, and I legitimately thought I was watching Ozzy, because they are that tight, that good, and that lead singer just he looks like Ozzy so much it's not even funny. It's badass. But you also got the stereo competition. You got Louie, and they got some big names coming to this show just to go beat up on Mr. Louie. I don't know how or why everybody's wanting to beat up on Louie, but they're coming for him. Everybody knows, man, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. I know from what I've heard through the pipeline, Scott Owens is coming down. I've heard PJ's coming, and I've heard some of them SOS boys are also coming. I don't know any of it to be true or false, but I will say this. I know a lot of those people have posted up they're coming. I'm hoping and praying that Michelle Rowe and her husband get to make it down here, because it's just going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a really, really, really a good show. Aaron is notorious for putting on a badass bike rally, 4-day rally. He's very good at what he does. And there's just a lot of fun and a lot of camaraderie to be had those 4 days. Let me tell you, I'm happy because finally there's a rally right down the street from my house. I mean, this rally literally is like 20 minutes from my house. So I'm really excited about that. I want to give another shout out to Mr. TD Ward from Rods and Rides, because he has totally hooked me up on getting the Rockstar running correctly, got me a new carburetor, backing plate, intake gaskets, all new A&N fittings for the gas tank, all new fuel lines, everything to make this thing run good. So I want to give a shout out to him. I appreciate that. I would also like to thank Mr. PJ Orlando for the kick-ass hat. I got this in Sturgis. I think it's supposed to be a flat brim hat, but I just don't do flat brim. I tried to do it. I just look like a douche. It just doesn't work for me. I'm more the conventional trucker hat. That's just who I am. That's what it's about. I can't change it. So that's so funny. Yes, Louie, I do think your bikes and your slings are badass, but I have heard about the mobile Studio 54. I've heard about it. I'm hoping that Studio 54 will let me through the velvet rope, per se, so I can get up in there and get my my dance on. And anyway, so I've heard that trailer is pretty bad to the bone. That's so funny. You guys just don't understand, man. I really think this is going to be a hell of a show. A hell of a show, man. So I would like to. Oh, nope, cancel. I don't want to do that. So we're still live. We're still good. Everything's good. I just hit the wrong fucking button. Oh, sorry. Shouldn't cuss. Hold on, I got to do something. I want to go and slide that over there. Do that. Come over here. Do this right here. Want to do this. Where did he go? Where did he go? There we go. I want to do this right here. I'm still here. Y'all all good. Hold on 2 seconds. Hold on. I'm coming. I'm just busy doing a little some over here. Okay, there we go. All right, we're good now. Okay, so I just invited, for everybody to know, I invited Louis to come on the show real quick because Louis is a big part of what's going on at this show. I also invited PJ, so hopefully those two can get on here real quick and we can do this. So, all right, so I'm really glad you guys like this, like the logo and everything. The logo, in my personal opinion, it is really badass. And I think we'll be able to sell some t-shirts. I'm also going to check into stickers because, a lot of people had them stickers and Sturgis, and my trailer got tagged. I mean, it got tagged. So everybody loves stickers, man. So I'm going to be getting some of those. You did not just say that, Sunshine. I have the ability to blast. Look at that. Louis who? Louis. But anyway, I'm trying to get these cats on here because they, if I'm not mistaken, they're coming down to the show. But I've heard that Louis is bringing something fun. I've heard that he's got a pretty badass trailer that's coming in. I think Bailey. That's great, Lori. Oh my God. Yes, Lori. Louis who? I think Bailey. That's freaking great. Oh my God. Are y'all talking? Oh shit. Okay, there we go. But anyway, so you guys got to try to get down here for this show. It's going to be a good time. But anyway, so if be right back. Okay, well, you go do your thing. What I want to do is I really want to talk about the show. So I know someone said Logan had some really good ideas for what to call the Grind bike show that I'm going to be doing. I was going to call it the Grind Outlaw Bike Show, but it's not really an outlaw bike show. So I was thinking more along the lines like the Grind Invitational Bike Show. But then, I'm not really inviting anybody because it's open to anyone. I can't say the winner take all. I could do the Grind Bike Review. I just want something really good. I really want something good that really represents what this whole show, it kind of embodies the show. So I just heard that Logan had a bunch of ideas the other day. What's up, Mr. Christopher Sasser? That's one of them guys that I'd like to see get in on this show, man, because that dude can build a bike, man. Holy moly. Outlaw Builders Showcase. Outlaw Builders Showcase. Grind Build Off. Okay, well, Aaron, we've already got the Grind Biker Build Off, so I don't want to use that. And Logan, I kind of want to get out of the word outlaw simply because I think it indicates something else. And I can't do invitational. I like the name invitational also. Man, I had a name for it. I don't know. I'm good. Y'all keep throwing them out there because I'm gonna go back and keep reading them. So y'all do your thing. Do not stop doing that. I need y'all's help. It's going to take a lot of people to make this happen, believe it or not. Club Lucky Sefton after show hours. Y'all have hours? I didn't think you people slept. But anyway, back to the show, the review, the show, universe champion. I don't know. I don't want to call it World Biker Build Off because we, unless we start getting people from, overseas coming into it, it's local. I don't know what I'm going to call it. You guys keep throwing out names. Y'all want to hear it. Maybe we'll come across one. And I will say this to the person that comes up with the name that I end up using, you will end up getting a t-shirt from it. So just saying, I don't care if you're in the show or not, whoever throws up the name that I end up ultimately using, I'm going to send you the swag to back up because you came up with that name. So, the day of that show, I know some people were kind of giving me shit about the ride in, not because they didn't want to ride their bikes in, but they felt like a 50-mile ride down the, I-45 South headed towards Galveston could possibly nick up their paint and stuff of that nature. And they felt like that was going to be, takeoffs. Well, look at this. I'll tell you this much. I don't want a bunch of trailer queens. Okay. I want bikes that people ride. If you're going to build it, there's no reason to build it. I mean, if you were going to do that, then hell, you could put, a Volkswagen engine in it. It ain't going to make a damn difference. You're building a piece of art. This showcase is about people that can build and their creativity, how they put bikes together, the feng shui, the way that the bikes flow, and how cool. Logan built one of the baddest bikes I've ever seen in my life. Brian Barber has built one of the baddest freaking bikes I've ever seen in my life. But the fact is, you got to ride those bikes. Hell, Louis Bailey, won at the Rat's Hole Best of Show, and he rides that bike everywhere he practically goes. Him and Chantal both do. So those are real bikes to me. It's not that I don't want you to create. It's not that I don't want you to create something way far out of the box, but why create something so far out of the box you can't even ride it? And I'm not, going to be speed demons or anything. We'll probably do an easy 65 miles an hour or so. Let the drone keep up with us. But it's more for promotion. It's more for brotherhood, because that's the biggest thing. You get 15, 20 builders that are all vying for the, pole position in this bike show. You're going to build a brotherhood. You guys are the first ones. So when that happens, I want to do pictures with everybody. I just want to do as much promotion for it as I possibly can. And even though the ride-in portion of it may not come until the next season or the next year, that's okay. I'd like to have that so it shows people, it influences people to want to do the next one. Let's face it. If you guys are the first ones, this show could go on for the next 20, 30, 40 years. And all you first builders are the pioneers of this show. I don't know what she's saying. She keeps saying she looks back. But anyway, so I just want to take it serious. Yeah, I know that. And it could be called Winner Take All Bike Show, but I want it to have a prestigious name, kind of like, the Riddler. When you hear the word Riddler, 90% of people in bikes or cars know exactly what the Riddler is. I do not want to call it the Riddler by any stretch of the imagination. I want to come up with something that's very unique to the biker world, something that everybody will want to do. One of those things where, I aspire, I saw my dad in this show and now I get the opportunity to be in this show. One of those type situations. Does anybody know, well, hey, Anthony, what's going on, brother? Does anybody know where Kickstand Dixon is? Someone go invite his ass to get on the show tonight, because I would love for Kickstand to get involved in this specific show where he's not competing in a biker build off. He's competing in a bike show, and he builds the kind of bikes that can compete in this show. But anyway, I guess my friends are not coming on here. Shannon, I like that, except I would actually call it the Grind Biker Build Off Legends Show. That's a kick-ass name. What do you guys think about that? The Grind Biker Build Off Legends Show. That's a pretty damn good name right there, brother. The Brothers Build. Hello, Mr. Brown. Hello, I'm seriously late. Yes, Dan, you are seriously late. You are. You need to learn to read a watch, Sunshine, because we needed you here earlier. So, Dan, I'm not going to repeat it, but we're only 30 minutes into it. Please go back and watch the first 30 minutes of this show when you get a little bit of time. It involves you, my friend. But anyway, so I like the Legends Bike Show. That's a very good name. Not saying that that's it, but I think that's a good start. We're moving in the right direction. Zippy Wilson, where is Kickstand? Or is this Kickstand watching on Zippy's phone? Sorry, haven't been on in a minute. Work has been nuts. Nope. You know, Anthony, I'm going to call bullshit on that, brother. I'm just going to say it right out loud. I know everybody else is going to say it. There is no way you've been busy with all of that great big motorhoming and, 50-foot cigarette boating you doing. Son, you're too busy playing. Just be honest. I'm just saying. It's not, you haven't been busy. You've been busy playing. I'm just saying. So, why is PJ and them not on this freaking show, man? Where are they at? Oh my God. Okay, so Zippy and Kickstand, y'all are there. Have y'all heard? How much of this have y'all heard? Yeah, right. Hashtag play Brown. I'm just saying. Just admit it. So Zippy, are you and Kickstand going to get into this bike show that I'm putting on a year from now? It's not a biker build off. It's a bike show where you pay $2,500 to get into the show. And it's a winner take all type situation. We're going to have professional judges judging the show. There's going to be 4 judges. Thanks to Mr. Logan Black for bringing that up. Instead of 3, we'll have 4. The Elite Invitational Build-Off. There's a good one too, man. The Elite Invitational Build-Off. I like that too. Good job, Winton. I'm gonna go back through here and look at these and play with these, and you don't ever know who I'm gonna do. So Zippy and Kickstand. Here's the deal. So the biker build-off is still a thing where you pit one guy against another guy. But what I've decided to do is I'm starting a bike show for a year from now at the Galveston Rally. You get from January 1st all the way until November 1st to get your bike built. So you get 11 months, or it's actually 10 months, 10 full months. And then you got to get it to Galveston, and we will ride the bikes in from somewhere on I-45 into Galveston. All the bikes will be together, and we will have 4 professional judges that will judge all the bikes. The judging sheet will be posted on the Grind page before January 1st so that everybody gets an idea to see what's being judged, how the bike's being judged, so they can determine whether or not they want to spend the $2,500 to enter the show. Now, the $2,500 does not go to me. The $2,500 goes into a pot. Depending on how many people actually sign up to get into the show, there will only be one winner, first place. There's 2 classes, baggers and softails, and choppers and bobbers. So choppers and bobbers has 10 builders. That's a $25,000 payout. If the baggers and the softails only have, or let's say they have 20, that's a $50,000 payout. The reason I'm doing this is because I've heard over the last umpteen years I've been going to motorcycle rallies, well, since 2004, there's always somebody that complains it's rigged or that, there's favoritism or this, that, and the other. Well, in this show, you're going to know who the judges are before January 1st. You're also going to know how they're going to judge your bike before January 1st. And all the money goes to the builders. Every penny goes back to the winner, to the winner of the bike show. I get nothing from it. What I have to do is I have to spend my time over the next 2 months looking for sponsors. Now, I currently have got about 2 or 3 people that have said they do definitely want to sponsor. I haven't talked dollar signs. I haven't talked any of that. I'm still trying to figure out what all I need, what all I want to do. When you do it, though, I'm asking you to video yourself at your own speed, your own time, so that we can put together a movie. I want to do a full documentary on me, the show, the builders, all the builders. I want the flyover with the drone on the day that we all ride down to the show. And then I'm going to get a friend of mine. I have to pay him. It's paid. And he's going to edit everything together and make a documentary with everybody's footage. Now, it sounds funny, but I've already said it once. If you use your cell phone to video, you can. Just turn your phone sideways before you start videoing. Push record. If you get to a place where you want to stop recording, don't push stop. Push pause. Do what you got to do. Go back. Keep your phone sideways and push play. And it will blend the two together. You'll have one video and you're basically editing your own video as you go. This is not going to be a multi-million-dollar budgeted with a production company and all that. This is going to be a real-to-life documentary on all of the builders, myself, the show, and everything. So if you want more information on the show, you got my telephone number. Call me. Any builder that wants to be in this show, it is $2,500 to enter your bike. That does not go to me. That goes back to the winners of the bike shows. Done. Now, Gary Dubois, you said you wanted to be a sponsor. All you got to do is text message me, Sunshine, because like I said, I did this. Everybody's seen it. That's the new logo for the show. I'm going to be getting t-shirts made. I've already spent monies to do these things. And no, let me be real honest with everybody. Mr. Von Butch did this. We worked through it a couple of different times. He hasn't sent me an invoice yet, so I can't technically say I've paid for it yet. But I don't have the file. I just have the picture. I am going to pay him for this. It is a done deal. I've already agreed, and I wouldn't expect him to do it for me for free. This year is going to be a lot different than prior years. This year, we are going to really push forward to try to make this show a lot bigger, a lot better, and get some more advertisements so we can get more followers, more viewers. Like I said, we made the new logo so that we can get t-shirts made, get really nice t-shirts made, and everything. So, the Grind Elite Legends. That's another good one right there. Aaron, thank you, brother. Kevin needs sponsors. Hell yes. But with all that being said, where is, let me do this real quick just for a second. Hold on. There he is. Let's see. He's probably going to say no too, just like everybody else says no. But it would be a good idea to get a view. God, that's a beautiful boat. Okay, so I'm back. He said, settle down. We actually talked to one of the photographers that did a photo shoot at our shop and got him to sponsor us. by doing videos for us. Good idea. That's a really good idea. 2,500 per bike entry fee or per person. It is a per bike fee. That is a damn good question, Marcia. So TD Ward is a great example of this. So TD Ward is actually entering the show. He said he wanted to build a bagger and he wanted to build a bobber. So he's in the show for $5,000. It's $2,500 per bike. So if you want to put 2 baggers in the show, it's $5,000. You want to put 3, $7,500. You want to put 4 baggers in it, it's going to cost you $10,000. I don't care how many bikes a builder puts in the show. It's $2,500 per bike. So, because I do have some people that are interested in doing the show that want to do one for each class. They want to do a bagger and they want to do a chopper or a bobber. So there you go. The grind off, another good one. Anyway, so I think it's going to be really good. And I think at this point right now, there's 8 builders that have reached out to me. I will say this, the 8 people that have reached out to me, if those 8 people were the only ones to do it, you guys are in for a freaking hell of a badass bike show. I can just tell you, those people they amazed me, first of all, when they said they want to do it. As you guys can see from the comments, Logan Black is in. You know, Logan's a hell of a small builder, just like myself, but I just think he's better. Louis Bailey will do it. Well, he's in. God, give me $2,500. I think you should do it, PJ. How you like my hat, PJ? You like my hat, bro? Thank you for the hat. I appreciate it. I dig the logo. I dig the hat. I dig the stickers you stuck on my trailer. I dig all of it. Thank you very much. I'm being very sincere. It's not being a smartass. But I will say this. There are some builders in here that they ain't playing around, man. I know if I were going to be paying $2,500, I know I would be bringing everything I've got plus the kitchen fucking sink. I'm just telling you, I know some of these cats. I've seen their work, and I know they're not slouches. But that's why I said that I want to put the judging up online first so that you literally can hone in on all of the rules, because I want this bike show to be so hard to judge that no matter the winner, everybody respects that winner. Just because you know how it was judged, you know what they built. I mean, you can't do anything but respect that builder. With a creepy man. But anyway, so all I can tell you guys, which just respectfully, I've invited 3 freaking people to get on here. You know what? I got to go to my ace in the hole. I just got to do it. I got to do this right here. So when everybody else is turning me down and not wanting to come on the show, I got my ace in the hole. I know my ace in the hole will do it. I wish I was a bike builder, just a plumber. Jesus Christ, that's freaking funny. But anyway, I want this show to be the kind of show where nobody's bitching about who won at the end of the show. I want there to be I want everybody to have such a high level of respect for everybody that's in the show, and that's the reason I'm putting the judging up online firsthand. Is so you know exactly when you're building your bike, you can go through every one of the points and be like, okay, I hit that, I hit that, I hit that. And if you're not hitting it, you can spend some more time on that one point to step your game up, to get your bike where it needs to be. And that way, I feel like it's a more even playing ground. There's a couple of builders that I would love to see do it, but they would have to get sponsors to help them with the money to either build the bike or to pay the entry fee. And yes, I know the entry fee is kind of high, but you know what? If you don't gamble on yourself, nobody else is going to gamble on you. That's just the way it is. I can't believe this. Are you kidding me? If I end up with 4 people on here at one friggin' time, that's going to make me laugh. That's so funny. Oh, that's freaking funny. Did you guys see this? Well, PJ's got Louie involved. Louie's got PJ involved. So I guess Louie and PJ are involved. My man, right there. Anyway, this is freaking funny. You know what? I'm gonna try one more time. One more time. One more time. Let's just see if this happens. I don't even know what to say. This is getting out of hand, man. I promise you, if you first 4 people I invited on the show end up coming on here, I'm just going to click deny, because nobody's coming on. Surely somebody wants to come on the goddamn show and discuss this with me. Oh my God, Uncle Bruno, that's freaking hilarious. Yeah, everything goes through Uncle Bruno. I'm just saying. If you guys want to think that it's rigged, just remember it's Uncle Bruno's fault. He just put that out there. That's freaking hilarious. Anyway, so I've discussed this enough. I can't keep repeating myself. So all I'm going to say is I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Von Butch for the kick-ass new logo. I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. TD Ward. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Don't you dare leave me. God damn it. You're here. Okay. Ready, set, go.
Go. Hey, what's going on, man?
Okay. Dan Zubian finally came on. Everybody else, I'm just going to deny y'all when y'all come in. Haters.
That's
right. So, man, you were actually, and I'm just going to be honest, you were one of the very first people I told about this idea. And I don't think I got the whole idea out of my mouth before you agreed. What made you actually want to do this?
You know what, man? I've been following you and all the other builders and all that, and I just think it's badass what everybody does, and you're trying to bring everybody together. I just think it's pretty fucking cool. So why not?
So are you building a bagger?
We're still kicking stuff around, man. We looked at I don't know. We had a couple guys come in, a couple Indians came in, and they were wanting to do some big wheel stuff. But our forte is choppers, so we'll probably stick to what we know best.
Well, I've been watching you here lately. You've had a lot going on here lately. Oh yeah, and thank you for the swag. My little boy sleeps in that shirt. He loves. I mean, I took it out. And I gave it to my wife. She didn't even get to put it on. He ran by, grabbed it, and took off.
That's awesome.
So it's his shirt now, man.
Right on. I'll tell the guys. That'll be. They were all about it too. So there's 3 of us in the shop, and then we had one girl in the office. But we're all involved all the way through. So I'll let them know. That's pretty cool that everybody had a hand in coming up with that design.
Well, he loved it. He was like, skulls, and he grabs it and he runs. And I'm not used to him wearing skulls or stuff like that because he gets a lot of my shirts, just whenever I go buy the T-shirts and I make them. I also make him a couple of them. He wears them to school, and some of the rallies, if I can find them, I get the smaller shirts for him to wear. I think he's the only second grader that wears motorcycle T-shirts.
Badass. That's good stuff there.
So do you have any ideas for rules or what you want to see judged as far as the bikes go from your side?
Yeah, you put that out there, and yesterday we were all together in the shop. We had a little bit of time in between the jobs we were doing, and we actually sat down and came up with, you asked for a list of 10, so I made you a list of 10 with the guys of what we would personally like to be judged on. So it was pretty cool.
So what do you think about the whole videoing yourself with your cell phones?
I dig it, man. Like I said, we were fortunate enough to have a couple photographers get a hold of us after they saw our bikes and they wanted to do photo shoots with their models at the shop. I'm like, hell yeah, who doesn't like that? So they came out, and after all was said and done with the photo shoot, they actually wanted to sit down and talk, and we told them about the build up and all that, and we got to do some video stuff. And the guy's like, well, I mean, I do videography, so is that a way I can sponsor you guys? I'm like, yeah, definitely. So he's going to throw his hand in the mix and come out and video us. I've got another guy who plays around with drones and stuff like that, who was interested in helping us out too, but I don't know where that would come in.
Well, so what I was thinking about is I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of documentaries on motorcycles here lately. Uh, I've seen it from the Sinners, Chopper Town, which there's two different Chopper Town ones, and I think they just released a third one.
Yeah, I
And
think they
none
did.
of these are overproduced. I mean, you can tell.
Oh
Well, the
yeah, they're just cool.
technology, huh?
They're just cool to watch.
Oh yeah, but the technology in these new cell phones and stuff, they record at such a that they're just badass. Well, I just started thinking, man, after watching all these shows, I was like, every single show we did up until maybe what 8 months ago was done on my cell phone. And I went back to YouTube on my computer at work and I watched those first videos when I was doing my build off, and they look just as good as any other video on YouTube. And I was like, man, why can't I use cell phones? And it cuts down on production cost. Everybody's in control of what they film. You get to show people the down and the dirty. You can take and do your own interviews. You can do everything you want and then just zip the files over to me from WhatsApp. And I mean, you can send an hour and a half video. It may take 5 or 10 minutes to get it to me, but once I've got it, I can give it to my guy, and he's the one that's going to edit everything down and use everything to put the actual movie together. See, that's what excites me more is the fact that there's going to be a documentary on everybody when it's done.
Oh yeah, right on. It's going to be cool to watch, cool to see. We're actually looking forward to meeting a bunch of the guys out there. So it'll definitely be badass.
Yes, I did, Jeremy. I found it. I actually got the correct backing plate for the carburetor.
All right.
So, well, there are so many really kick-ass people like yourself, Jeremy Valentine, Brian Barber, PJ, Louie. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I've only met two assholes since I started doing this, and I'm not going to say their names, but I've only met two, and
Nice.
I won't. One of them, I won't ever say his name again.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Nothing.
about. I follow.
So, and the whole, you just don't disrespect that many people in one place and get away with it. You're just not going to do it. The
Yeah,
other guy, there's no point in talking about him. He ain't coming back for a while. So, I mean, but my whole point is that I wanted to do something really good, and I want something that I don't have to be a part of. Does that make sense? So
totally.
that if something happened to me, God forbid, I don't want to die. I've got a 7-year-old, but if something happened to me, there's admins on this page. They can keep this shit going, So I want this to keep going for years and years and years, even if it's just the bike show. I think that's going to be one of the. I think if I can pull everything together correctly, and we can get through the first one, I personally think people are going to respect that bike show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool being in the very first one. Like I said, like when you and I talked on the phone, win, lose or draw, we don't really care. It's just going to be badass being able to be around a shit ton of talent all under the same roof is going to be pretty cool to see.
I think so. I'm the one thing I'm actually really, really looking forward to is when everybody gets here is that 45 to 50 mile ride in. Because my buddy is going to do a drone flyover for some of that. That's why I'm not one to haul ass, like do 100 miles an hour. I just want to do like a nice 65 mile an hour cruise. But that way, it's just cool when you're riding with people that actually built what they're riding.
Oh, right on.
there's more of a, I know the first time I got to actually ride the Rockstar, when I was riding it, you couldn't wipe the smile off my face, not because I thought what I built was the baddest thing in the world, but because I built something and I'm cruising down the freeway on it.
Exactly. It's
You
it's
know,
everything
and
you did yourself. That's what it's all about, man. You get out there and get that feeling, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, I did this."
yeah, and it's one of those things, man. And thank God I actually videoed everything I did, because I went back and really looked at some of them, and man, and there's a couple of them. I've got black shit in my nose. I've got shit in my eyes. I mean, I'm sweating, as you know, I'm bald. I mean, I'm sweating, I'm dirty. But when I looked at it, you can't get more real than that. That's part of it, is sitting in that garage sweating and earning what you've built. You know, does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm not putting anybody down that can't build, or, you know, that does, you know, just the bolt-on bagger stuff. I'm not putting them down at all, because they count also. But I'm saying, when you've sweat, you've earned that. You have actually earned that right to be on that bike. And that, I don't even know how to explain it to you.
No, we're doing a bike right now. The guy's buying a bunch of custom parts, and he's having us redesign the parts for him. I'm like, why don't you just have us make parts? No, no, I really like the way these look, but I want to put my own spin on it. I'm like, I gotcha.
Are they metal parts or fiberglass parts?
They are sheet molded compound. That's what they
Really?
are. Yes, sir. So it didn't make much sense to me, but it's the style that he likes, and he just wants to put his own spin. So when people see it, they kind of know who the guy who they'll definitely know who the guy is who designed them. But he wants us to do some shaving and adding and all kinds of good stuff to it. I'm like, all right, well, we'll try it and see what happens.
Hey, how long have you been building bikes?
I don't know. I've been doing this for a long time, man. I was hanging out in the garage with my dad ever since I was a little boy, and it just kind of blossomed from there. I don't know why it took me so long to start a shop, but we just saw demand was out there. What people were being charged at the some of the other shops and stuff like that. We were kind of trying to be a little bit different than that, and to kind of make it more affordable. It's more, I don't know, our shop is more of an affordable place to come. We started off with like typical stuff, oil changes, shit like that. I've been involved in the automotive industry for 30 years, spraying, so
Mhm.
or paint and body. So I don't know, we just blossomed it from there into a shop. Um, my business partner and I, we met, we hit it off real well. We both had a common interest in bikes. My kid is a bike mechanic, and we just figured, fuck it, let's start our own and see what happens. And it's actually taken off real well for us for only being around 4 years.
Okay, so your shop's only been around for 4 years, but you've been
Yeah,
in the bike industry, whether you're just a rider enjoying the shows or what. Have you ever heard of a company in Houston called Lucky Devil Metalworks?
yeah.
So that's Kent Weeks. He was one of my very first seat customers. He no longer uses me.
Hmm.
And when it comes to building custom bikes, kind of like what you do, what Brian Barber does, you know, what Jeremy Valentine does, this guy is amazing. I mean, he's built some of the most detailed, badass choppers, but he does them two different ways. Actually, he does them three ways. So the first way he builds choppers is he'll take stock Harleys like Softails and totally old school chopper the shit out of them.
Oh
So
yeah.
he's cutting and raking his own frames, doing his own sheet metal work, but he's really ornate also. So whenever he builds stuff, even like his motor mounts are really ornate. Everything he does, he's one of the people I'm never, ever, ever going to get to be in one of my shows or my build offs. But I'm really trying to get this guy to be a judge,
Oh, right on.
because he's been doing it for well over 30 years. And I think his shop now is probably 23, 24 years old, and he's still kicking. He's still doing them every day.
Oh yeah.
But he ended up, even though he stopped using me to do seats, it's because he ended up in-housing it, and then he in-housed his paint. So good businessman. He kept everything in-house.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're trying to do is keep everything in house. But I'm smart enough to know I'm probably not the best painter in the world, man. There's people out there who blow me away hands down, just from a lot of the stuff I've seen on your show. I'm not afraid to reach out to people and ask for tips, help, whatever. That's what it's all
I'll
about.
tell you somebody that's really cool like that. And there's a couple of them. I know Brian Barber paints really well, which you don't even know that he paints because
Yeah, right.
he never tells anybody he paints, but he paints badass. Michelle Rowe, another badass painter.
Yeah, I'm friends with Michelle on Facebook, and her and I chat back and forth. And I think the Brian Barber, I think he does a hell of a lot more than anybody knows, man. He's like the total package right there, and
And
it's
he
pretty
really
cool.
one of his famous sayings to me when I first met him was, "Well, Google me, bitch."
That's awesome.
And I was like, when I started really doing some research on Brian, I was blown away
All right.
because he does so much and he just never boasts about it. And I know he's got haters, but they're friendly haters, his own friends and stuff. But the guy is really that talented. And uh, he's done paint work for Jeremy Valentine. And I know the shit Jeremy builds. That's some badass shit.
All right.
I'm still waiting for Jeremy or somebody to get Jeff Cochran to get a hold of me because I would love to interview Jeff Cochran on here one day
Oh yeah.
because he's in the same wheelhouse you are. He just some of this stuff, the way these builders evolve into having their own shops, and then sometimes the builders they actually shut their own shops down so they can get back to the core of what they were doing because it's a rat race, man. No matter how you slice it up.
Yeah, it's I don't know. We kind of had mixed. Well, I personally had mixed at first when I heard about it. I was like, man, it would be so fucking badass. And then was kind of second guessing it. Like, I don't know if it's a good idea, but it can't be a bad idea. And then you called. I just completely fucking lost. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. So I was like a little kid. I was so excited.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Valentine, who y'all excuse him, he's drinking. Well, anyway, dude. So if you've got a list and stuff made up, man, message me, dude. You can text it to me or however you want to get it to me. But I want to get everybody's input on these rules so I can come up with one fair list for the bobbers and the baggers and everything before it goes live. I don't know that anybody's ever done that part before. I
Yeah,
think it's fair.
I think it's pretty cool. It gives everybody a heads up on what to really pay attention to, and not to let anything else sneak by, but really pay attention to all the detail.
Well, I know that there's some builders that like to show welds and some builders that like to bury their welds. But if you're going to bury your welds, then that body work's got to be flawless. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So you get to do best of both worlds. Yo, you got some welding going on. I hope you lay dimes. Oh, you have no welds. Well, I hope all them sand marks are in the same direction and they're even.
Yeah. Right.
Because I mean, I want the judges to really hone in on stuff. That's why I said your seat will also be judged. It's
Oh,
because
right on.
nobody judges seats. And there's so many badass seat guys out there that put a lot of flair and a lot of talent into their seats, and they just get shit on. Nobody pays attention to them.
I know we get a lot of compliments on ours, and I always pimp the guy who doesn't. But I know you're a seat guy, but I'm going to throw
Yeah,
him
yeah,
out there anyway, man. It's we use our guy Roadkill. It's called Roadkill Designs out here in Illinois, and
yeah.
he's exclusive to our shop. Everybody who comes to us, we go right to him, and he knocks their seats out for them. But we've sold a couple of seats from that last chopper, the one we called the Holy Roller. We
Mhm.
sold a couple of those seats out of state. People were calling me, and they just saw pictures of the bike from World of Wheels. So that was,
Really?
yeah, that was actually really cool. We had people from Louisiana call us and Canada, so it was pretty badass.
Well, that's really cool. And see, I'm not the kind of guy, dude. I believe everybody should be brought forward. You know, like James Carter, um, Dave Voss, Troy Swarver, myself, your guy. I mean, if you're in the industry, I have no issues. I'm secure as shit with what I do. You
Oh hell
know,
yeah!
so I support other seat guys. I mean, when I saw some of the work that Troy was doing, I was just completely blown away with how clean it was. When you see what Dave Voss does, it's mind bending how detailed his actual seats are. You just, there's a lot of good people out there. And I mean, motorcycle seats are part of the motorcycle build. So I have to be unbiased with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, unfortunately, I only have one chromer. I don't have to chip work all around from chromers. That's Gary Dubois.
We got a shit ton of chromers out here. None of them will chrome motorcycle parts. They all tell us absolutely not. Bikers are the biggest fucking pain in the ass. Get out of my shop. We're like, holy shit, man. And I've actually met Gary through your show.
Yeah. Well, so I was told by Gary himself that getting a hold of this show has really helped his business, and I'm happy for that. That's the coolest thing in the world. I like knowing that I help people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it for monetary gain or anything like that. It just makes me feel good to know that I help somebody get to where they want to be, or at least get in that direction. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I don't like that one guy from the build off, is because he took everything I did and he just shit on it. And I was like, dude, you're the only person out of all these builders that's ever just taken and raped what I've done. And that's it's shit.
Yeah. Different kind of people out there, you know?
Well, you know, everybody has to makes their own bed. They can sleep in it. So
right on.
Well, dude, I'm gonna let you get, man, but I want to say thank you. Thank you, first of all, for supporting me. It means the world to me. You have no idea. Thanks for the swag. I appreciate it. My little boy loves it too. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being a part of this new bike show I'm putting together. And thanks for the help with the upcoming help you're going to be giving me, helping me put the rules together, because that matters.
Oh, right on. And I'm still I still got to make time to get over and talk to my guy from Discovery. So I put a call out to him last week, and he wasn't back. He wasn't back in town yet. So as soon as he gets back in, I'll get over there and I'll get him your information, and we'll take it from there.
That's all we can do is try, man.
Yeah, right.
Sneaky Will gets the grease, man.
Right.
Well, cool, brother. Well,
thanks for having me on, man. And
you got it. My pleasure. We'll do this again soon, man. Have a great night.
Right on. You too.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye now.
Later.
All right, everybody. That's what's awesome about the grind. Finding all kinds of good people and good companies. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Met some great people. I appreciate all of you guys. Yes. Okay. Is that the rumor now? I don't even have an idea what y'all are talking about. Having one bag off during judging. Is that the rumor now? So I was told by the judge, one of the judges, that having one bag off is going to happen. So the reason that they're going to have one bag off is because they want to make damn sure that you paid attention and replaced the rear wheel and showed the love to all of that stuff that's typically covered by the bags. So yeah, not a rumor. It's going to happen. I don't even know what y'all are talking about. So I'm all messed up. But anyway, you guys go out and kick ass. Now, thanks for watching. Go out and vote. Make sure this shit happens.